Often people ask me, what happens when you die? What should we expect? And it's a pretty darn relevant question for all of us, since it's fairly established that we will go through that experience sooner or later. What often people get so complicated about is not that complicated. We are not just bodies, we are souls, and we have an element of a God self inside us, which is pure God. Jesus said the kingdom of God is within you. We have God within us, and we have a soul, and the God self and the soul in us is eternal, and it will keep living, but our bodies will die. So some people think they take their minds with them. Not really. Not really your mind or your emotions. Your soul that is impressed by those goes. So when you die, your soul and the God self separate from your body, and initially they stay pretty close. They hover around, and often people who've been around someone who's just died have felt like they were still there, have felt the closeness, and sometimes even seen them or such in those, especially those first few days. So when we first die, for a few days, we're harvesting from our body. The soul is harvesting the life experiences, harvesting out of the blood and out of all the experiences that we've carried in our body. You may say, how do we carry experiences in our body? If you have ever been, say, bitten by a dog, watch what your body does when you get close to a dog or some situation that you've had a bad experience in before. And tell me that your body doesn't carry memories in it. In fact, all of our traumas are carried in our body, and that's why our bodies will tense up or withdraw or do something when we get close to experiencing that again. So in fact, the memories of our experiences are in our body, and our soul harvests those for a few days. And we're then brought through a time when we need to look at what it is we've done in this life, how we grew, what we've done that was helpful to ourselves and others, what we've done that was harmful to others. That is sometimes called the judgment, that you have to go through the judgment, but people often imagine it's some big scary men that are going to judge you. In fact, it's that you will have a chance to see it yourself under the bright lights of truth, with angels standing by, with Jesus or Mary there, that you will get to, with that support, see everything you've done and been and said and thought and felt under the lights of truth of your whole life, and what effect you've had on others and upon the world through your actions and your non-actions. It's not to beat you up or humiliate you, but it's for you to really own up to what it's been and know for sure, so that you can feel remorse and you can feel sadness and you can change your ways. Now, the only place we really learn, we really change, transform, is when we're in our bodies. We do have many lives. A lot of you may remember having been here before or have impressions from previous lives. So we will be coming back, but we have this time in between to look at the sum total of our life, what we did and didn't do, and make some better decisions for next time. If we see that once again we spent most of our life sad or mad or scared, and that's what dictated our entire life to us, we may want to really be determined next time to not do that again. So we have a chance to really look at how that messed us up, and maybe how it's messed us up numerous lifetimes in a row, and then decide that next time, whatever it takes, you want to learn that lesson and not waste another life in fear or anger or depression. And then you have a chance to be in quiet for a while and a chance to feel the remorse for what you did or failed to do. And what it'll be like on the other side is that you'll be the same distance or proximity from God, from that source of love, of light, of peace, as you were when you were in your body. Why would it be any different? If you chose when you were in a body to really pursue relationship with God, to really deepen in that relationship and come into that presence and into a friendship and closeness with God, when you leave your body, it'll be so simple to be right back in that relationship, except this time without the barrier of your body and the material world. You'll be able to bask in that love and that light and so enjoy the relationship with that which is total peace, total joy, total love, to be in that. So we call heaven where God is. We call hell where God is not, just to keep it simple. So you will be able to be in God's presence in heaven if in fact you made that a priority in your life and you learned to be in relationship with God. If you didn't care about that, or you were too afraid of it, or never even dawned on you to do that, and you therefore have no relationship with God, no ability to be in that presence, you'll be in the same disconnect from God when you leave your body. The difference will be you won't have a body to distract you. So it'll be sad to know that the great love is over there, the source of light and joy is over there, but you have no part of it. So that sadness, that separation from the source that is all good, that sadness we call hell. So you will experience those, depending on what your relationship with God is. And then there'll be a time after numbers of years there, you'll have a chance to come back and be on earth again and have another shot at it, to learn lessons and to contribute something good to the planet and other people. That's why we come. That's why we incarnate. To learn what we yet need to learn, to come into relationship with God, and to give something to the planet. And each one of us can uniquely do that. Each one of us has a unique something to contribute. And the great joy of life is to learn what we have to learn and improve ourselves and deepen in relationship to God, and to give something that makes the planet a better place. So it's not mysterious, it's actually very common sense. And we'll all be there sooner or later. You don't know when that'll be for you. So I recommend you don't wait too long to establish that relationship, so that you can do what you're here for, and you can be in that love when it's your time to go through.